What's going on, everyone? Welcome back. It's David Cherry. This is Founder Therapy. Today, I want to talk with you about how to get out of that loop of trying to decide to quit or stay in your city or move to a new city, break up or stick in the relationship. Whatever you're feeling like you're stuck in a loop on, I want to give you a piece of advice that I give to the founders that I work with that really helps them get their energy moving again and helps them break through in the areas that they're feeling stuck. And it's called the clear the desk method for unblocking your energy. And what I notice is that when people get stuck, they get really stuck. They start to have multiple areas of their life that start to feel slow and stagnant. And maybe it starts with not deciding where they want to live. And then suddenly they start questioning their relationship. And it's almost like when it rains, it pours, except for building up all these different areas of your life that you're struggling to actually break through on. And people seem to be caught in this oscillating pattern, really focused on A or B, yes or no. They're trying to make a decision. You're trying to figure out, is this the right thing for me? And just as you start leaping forward and you start feeling like it's exciting and it's good, then you start retreating backward in fear. And so if you're in that oscillating pattern, that's really what I want to talk with you about today. And the first thing I'll share is that the good news is that pattern is going to keep getting worse until it breaks the tension. When you're oscillating and you're feeling a push-pull between two different areas of your life, you'll keep going back and forth until something takes hold that breaks you through. Oftentimes, it means things actually have to get worse before things get better. So if you're on this path and you're feeling like you're in a lot of struggle of trying to make important decisions in your life and you haven't been able to, my good message to you is that at least you're on your way towards breaking that tension. You're on your way. And the worse it feels, probably the closer you are to actually having the breakthrough that you need to get through that tension. So now that you know that you're in tension, that you're being pulled one way and then being pulled the other way, you think in this moment, based on the current point of view that you're in, that it's about making the right decision, that it's about knowing, is it A or is it B? Is it stay or is it leave? And your mind is so focused on trying to make that decision that it's actually distracting you from something deeper. There was someone I knew who was really trying to figure out whether or not to propose to his girlfriend. And he was back and forth. One day it was absolutely certain. The next day he was totally questioning the relationship. And in this back and forth dynamic, what this person I think failed to see was it isn't just about making the right decision. It isn't just about what you proceed with, but what is going on underneath what you're experiencing right now that's causing you to oscillate. So while your mind wants to know, what I'm curious about in those moments is what's going on that's leading you to be in the unknown. So if you're feeling tension, oftentimes it's because you're wrestling with not knowing how to cope with the unknown. And the truth is, to break through tension, we need to trust that it's going to be okay in the unknown. Trust is the trick to get through the tension. Trust is the trick that gets your energy flowing again. When we can't decide, what we're really saying, what's really happening is we don't trust ourselves to decide. We think we need more information. We lack clarity about what we really want. And so trust is how we move forward. And trust means we embrace the idea that there's an unknown, that we can't know the future. Big decisions require a leap. They require us to do something we've never done before. And no matter how much your mind wants to say, I can project the future and know exactly how this new job is going to go, or exactly how this marriage is going to go, or exactly how this relationship is going to go, it's just false. You can't ever fully know. You need to leap into the unknown and trust that you'll be caught, and also trust that you can adjust as you need depending on where you land. And as we build up these decisions in our mind to be so great, oftentimes that's really the problem, is we've made it such a big, important thing in our lives that it makes the decision even weightier, and that makes us trust even less. So how do we move forward? The way to do that is to start small. You start with one tiny domino that signals to yourself that you're getting the energy going again, one little trickle of energy through the stuckness. starts to break the dam and allows for more energy to flow through. And that's what ultimately this is about, is we've been restricting our energy from flowing in the way that we know that it can. We've been holding things back. We've been holding back reality. We've been holding back progress. And when you start taking small decisions and these dominoes start to fall, the backlog starts to clear. There might be a bunch of things right now that you've put off that are smaller items on your to-do list that are also feeling stuck. So start there. Start by removing some of these small decisions to unblock your energy. And now you can start clearing everything up until the big decisions. A client of mine, a CEO of a $30 million company, realized that he was very prone to letting his metaphorical desk get full of junk, get messy, get full of problems, other people's issues, decisions he wasn't making, things where he wanted to say something and he didn't. And he had this metaphorical desk of all this clutter. And it's so much hard work to continue on while you still have this big desk full of clutter that you haven't cleared out. And so the trick that he learned was, I need to start clearing my desk. I need to start doing one thing at a time to make the decision there, to say the thing I wanted to say there, to not pick up the problem here. And slowly, one after another, remove things from your plate, remove things from your desk, and then get into the practice of in real time keeping a clean desk. So your energy will unlock when you let tiny decisions compound into bigger ones. And when you get to the root of understanding that I'm the one who's holding back this energy flow because I'm not trusting myself and I'm not listening and I'm not leaning in and I'm not allowing the unknown to exist, because we can't ever know exactly how something is going to go. We can only act and then figure it out along the way, building trust with ourselves and building trust with the world. So I hope this helps you. If you're feeling like you've been stuck lately, go out there and make some small decisions right now. If you have any questions or comments or any way I can help, I'll be back again with more videos like this very soon. Later.